violence at this point. I'm not even kidding, by the way. Let me pull this up. Where is it?
You
Right
know,
here.
the sad thing is that this is the kind of rhetoric that the Democrat base wants.
Oh yeah, that's the sad part about this. It's not just like they're doing it because, you know, oh well, they believe this stuff, but the only reason they're doing it is their voters want this. I mean, J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, he is saying we need mass protests, disruption. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. And I think he said that they're going to end up like, I think he said that Trump's administration is going to end up in jail or something. It's like, what? Let me pull this up, because that's what I thought he said. Pritzker. Tyrant. I gotta find
By the way,
it.
if Democrats take back the House, they're going to be impeaching Trump like every fucking week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so J.B. Pritzker likened them to tyrants and traitors. The Trump supporters. You know, and this is why we cannot allow Democrats ever win. Listen, I don't care who you are. Can you imagine a Democrat in the White House now? Just any of them. Can you think of one sane Democrat that can win the primary? Can anyone name one?
Jared Golden, I guess. I don't know, but
He never win a
he
primary.
wouldn't win a national primary. Yeah, he wouldn't win a national primary.
Yeah, he would never win a national primary. We talked about Wisconsin becoming blue, but do you guys think, given everything, is Evers hurting the Democrats here with bad policy statements? Oh, I think that was a dumb thing, what he did. I think that was stupid. And I really believe if they really go ahead and, like, say, you know, we gotta storm the freaking place that she's held in, which, again, they're protesting right now, it's nuts, but I think Evers, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. I don't know if he's going senile. I don't know. But I don't know what Democrats were thinking. The judge literally broke the law. She broke the law and they're defending her? And now there's a bunch of other judges in Wisconsin. They're saying, we're not going to do any court things. We're not going to uphold the law. We're not going to work with any officials. It's like, what? It's just nuts. It's utter insanity what's happening, but I'm not surprised. I've been telling people for years, the left in Wisconsin are some of the most radical people in America. I've said this for many years. It's nuts.
So,
what?
So is that basically going to throw people in prison if they work with ICE?
Yeah. That's basically what they're threatening to do. So, it's nuts. I've been trying to tell people for years, the Democrat Party of Wisconsin is one of the most radical in America. They are. The only reason it's not talked about is because they never have power. Well, now they're getting power, and look what's happening. These people were they're batshit crazy.
Did you see Trump's tweet this morning about the Canadian elections?
Yeah, let me pull this up.
That's good. That's good. Everybody should hear that.
Good luck to the great people of Canada. Elect a man who has the strength and wisdom.
We're still back.
Oh my gosh. Cut your taxes in half. Increase your military power for free to the highest level in the world. Have your car, steel, aluminum, lumber, energy, and other businesses quadrupled in size. If Canada becomes a cherished 51st states. Yeah, Canada's cooked. It's over.
Donald Trump thinks Canada is so cooked, he's telling the Canadian voters to vote for him in the election.
Well, I mean, like, at this point, I think
he endorsed Carney. He endorsed Carney, remember.
Oh, gosh. You know, at this point, I do think that, what's the one province in Canada that's probably going to secede?
Alberta?
Yeah.
It's not going to secede. That's
Apparently, Caroline Leavitt said that Trump 2028 is a troll. Sorry, I had to interrupt you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caroline Leavitt.
I've been saying that. I've literally been saying that almost the entire time this has been going on.
Greenland joining the U.S. Leavitt, truth. Canada 51st state, truth. Eliminate the IRS. On the side of truth for sure. Trump 2028, trolling. Though the hats are falling off the shelves. Yeah, so guys, this is bullshit. I freaking knew it. He wasn't.
It was always just supposed to be a way to hype up the base and then trigger the libs. That's all it was.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
I never thought he'd run in 2028. It's going to be Vance.
It's Vance. Well, I want to talk about the actual election itself because, you know, remember how everyone was saying that, oh, the reason Trump Canada is going liberal is because of Trump. He's the only reason. So, they had exit polls on this. And, you know, listen, Can I just say I told you so? There's only one demographic that gave a shit about Trump. Can anyone take a guess who? At this
The
point.
boomers.
Yeah. Right here. This was an exit poll. The most important factor when deciding the vote. Boomers were the number one. The number one issue was dealing with Donald Trump, and by a wide margin. No one was even close. A majority of boomers said, we must stop the orange man. Remember when everyone was saying that this is the reason Trump was, the conservatives were going to lose? Remember that?
They were right.
What?
I said they were completely vindicated.
Not really. Because, like, it only impacted one group of people. All it did was just, excite
Sanders
boomers.
Yeah, but the boomers were the ones who vote in the kind of largest numbers. So I think it was a huge and kind of a major factor. And even among other age demographics, it's not as big as, say, it is among boomers, but it can still be a factor. Maybe some, like, younger millennials or older millennials and Gen Xers have, like, TDS, even if it's not to the same degree as boomers.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Right? Yeah. It's like...
They have made... Yeah.
In Canada, they don't treat their people, they just kill them. Alright,
Well, when you know how long it takes to, like, get through Canadian healthcare. I remember, like, a really long time ago, Steven Crowder did, like an hour-long special on why Canadian healthcare was so bad. By the way, I'm not supporting Steven Crowder. I'm just, like, saying, like, he did this, like, 8 or 9 years ago, and it was pretty good.
I think he used to live in Montreal for a while, so...
Yeah, he's half Canadian.
Yeah. What was he doing?
Well, right. So he was, like, going through, and he was showing, like, the kind of process his mom or, like, an average Canadian would have to do to get to, like, general help, like, through the public healthcare system in Canada. And, like, yeah, sure, you get, quote-unquote, free healthcare, but when you actually go through the line, like, sometimes you can have your appointment, it takes, like, 3 to 6 months. Sometimes you can get it delayed, like, half a year, depending on, like, if you're a low priority thing. And you have to remember, they have the same thing where immigrants are occupying up, like, their hospital space, and those people get treated because obviously, like, they can't communicate and schedule appointments like normal people. So not only do they have the immigrant problem in, like, their medical system, they also just have, like, it just takes generations, it takes eons to get medical treatment, and oftentimes people will have their situation get dramatically worse than, like, while they're waiting for their medical appointment. And the other thing is that the reason that the rich people in Canada don't care and they keep voting Liberal is because they have private health care. Yeah, no, that's literally how it works. Everybody middle class and lower, like, basically has to wait eons to get healthcare, and then the rich people just walk into private clinics they pay extreme amounts to use.
And take a guess what people were saying. Take a guess what people were saying, like, Trump's biggest mistake is. Not immigration.
Not doing enough.
No, it's tariffs.
It's all tariffs.
Yeah.
That's it. This is the only thing. Remember when everyone was saying that it's because he's not deporting enough people? Remember that? There's only one thing holding Trump back right now, and that's tariffs. That's the only thing keeping Trump low right now.
And yeah, like I was saying, like, this is because they've been told to, but also this is exactly what Trump was going to do, so anybody that's upset about it just needs to, like, get bent. But at the end of the day, the second that this all mulls over, look,
went down like 0.3%, I think.
0.3%.
Yeah, it was 0.
That means the depression is coming. It's so over.
Well, okay, yeah. So people are panicking. Everyone's saying it's over for Trump. And yeah, so let's be clear. GDP did go down. We've talked a lot about how GDP is a worthless stat. It's misleading. It's not good. Anyone honest with you will tell you it's a pretty shitty stat. But you dig into what actually swung in the GDP. Let me pull this up. Let me share this, actually. There we go. Got it. Thank you for sharing that. So, this is the chart that we're talking about. And GDP did go down. But does anyone notice why GDP went down? There's a clear outlier. It's because in the last couple of months, there is a surge of imports, which for those that don't know, more imports makes GDP go down. That's the formula. But imports surge because weren't companies like buying a bunch of shit before the tariffs? Because they're like, oh my goodness, there's gonna be 80% tariff, we're gonna lose all our money. I think that's what happened. So there was an insane surge in imports, but outside of that, look at everything else. Government spending went down. Investment went up by like 4%. Consumer spending went up, exports went up slightly. So all that happened in the last couple of months is government spending went down and imports went up. Which, again, the import number is going to crash next quarter. So basically there's no change here. In fact, the things that actually matter, like investments, consumer spending, it actually went up. While the fake bullshit such as government spending, it went down for the first time since, I think, 22. So again, it's not perfect news, but it's not as bad as some people claim it is, so. Anyways. Fed District Judge Jennifer Thurston has issued an order banning Border Patrol agents from arresting illegal aliens unless they have a warrant Major L. Are you shitting me?
How does that even make sense?
So, they're not here legally. They're not supposed to be here legally. They're not supposed to be here. They're not citizens. At some point, can we just ignore these judges? Just ignore them. Hell, even the Wisconsin Supreme Court, they've had enough of their shit. The Democrats in the Wisconsin Supreme Court, they said, no, we're not going to defend Duncan. In fact, I think they stripped her of her position. So, good luck with that.
Only able to get up until the start of February because there's just so much that he's done. And, I mean, I was writing down a list of everything. Total energy dominance is on Trump's plan, which is important if we want to be exporting goods. We can export energy to the rest of the world and supply ourselves. We have enough resources to do that. And it's a wonderful thing. We're probably going to be up like 100 million barrels by the end of by the end of the year. Production. So we're producing a bunch more oil, producing a bunch more natural gas. We've opened up Alaska for more drilling. We've opened up offshore drilling again, both for oil and for minerals. We've reopened up clean coal. We've done all of this stuff for energy, and we are looking into nuclear power plants, as it has been suggested by conversations between Lee Zeldin and Trump. So energy dominance is going to be magnificent. That's going to make prices of everything go down. It's going to make your gas go down, and it's going to give us something to export to the rest of the world, which will, strengthen our economy. I've got like 10 other things. I'll fire through them real quick. He's been helping a lot with regulation. For every one new regulation, there's supposed to be 10 removed. Also, the mass firings of bureaucrats in the federal government will naturally help because those are the people that make the regulations, and if they're gone, they can't make more. Civil rights lawyers all exiting the DOJ is really wonderful because those were all Obama hires, and they literally were there to discriminate against white people. So that's good. Trump has promoted American values. He's promoted the English language. He's promoted our statues, our figures. He's promoted Columbus Day. He's instated a 250th anniversary to honor our country. So he's trying to restore nationalism again, a feeling of patriotism in our country. He has gone really hard against DEI discrimination at the start of the admin. He had revoked an executive order from LBJ that was explicitly allowing state discrimination, and he did it again earlier. He's trying to completely dismantle disparate impact, which is the one policy, found in like Title VI and Title VII of civil rights. It's used to discriminate against white people in federal law. So he's done a wonderful act there. He's trying to restore the golden standard of science to our health departments, HHS. You guys can look more into that. $5 trillion worth of investment is nothing to scoff at. That is wonderful. He has tried to block taxpayer funding for abortion, defund large portions of Planned Parenthood. He has raised military standards. Recruitment is off the rocks. Trainees aren't being able to, enlist in the military. He's trying to buff up our defense with an Iron Dome. He's trying to end the mutilation of children through transgender crap. He's actually made the issue of transgenderism so unpopular, Democrats are wondering if they have to ditch it altogether. He's deported anti-American radical protesters at colleges, and I know that people get obsessed with the Palestine versus Israel aspect of that, but the important aspect is that they hate our country and they're gone now, and that's a good thing. He's going against child indoctrination by threatening to defund schools. He's trying to establish a sovereign wealth fund for the country so that we actually have a future. And last thing that I did, and there's a billion other things, but the last thing I wrote down was he is trying to address the flow of drugs across the northern southern border by imposing duties on China, Canada, and Mexico until they help us fix it. So that was what I wrote down. You guys know there's a bunch more.
Holy
but
shit.
Like when you have it laid out like that, like it's been 100 days. This has been like a fucking magic fairy.
According to the report, foreign-born workers went down 400,000 jobs. Native-born workers went up 1 million. So these jobs are not going to foreign-born workers that make 5 cents an hour. No, it's actually going to native-born workers, and they're getting paid good. So that's why this jobs report's good. It's not just they gain more jobs, it's who's gaining them. It's American citizens. And by the looks of it, it's actually full-time jobs also. I think I got it right here. Yeah, right here. According to this, full-time jobs surged in the month of April. So this is why it's good. It's not perfect because manufacturing went down, but government jobs went down. Just the jobs report as a whole is a good indicator because everyone was saying that the month of April was going to be a bloodbath. Remember that? It's the start of a recession. Remember? I remember that well. Just 2 weeks ago, everyone was saying there was going to be 20% unemployment. The economy would go down by 50%. We would have sky-high inflation. Has any of that happened as of now? Even remotely close?
No.
So, yeah. Turns out the people that were wrong about everything should not be listened to. Wow, what a surprise. The experts, everybody. Black Monday. Oh, I remember that! I think was that Kramer that said that? It was going to be Black Monday, and then, like, the stock market went up.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Government jobs went up 10,000. No, it actually went down. Let me pull this up. Yeah. Yeah, the fourth consecutive month, federal government workers went down. The monthly change was roughly 8,500 in the month of April. So, again, Doge is not as big as I wanted it to be, but we'll get to that in a second because we had some news out of the budget proposal. But point is, it's working. It's not as much as we wanted, but it's slowing it down just a little bit. Germany sliding further into madness. Oh yeah, I think they banned AFD or something now. They just said, "Oh, you're."
So,
Okay.
AFD is not banned, but what's happening with AFD is that they have designated it an extremist organization, essentially. And what that means, in substantive terms, is that they can basically spy on them almost as if they're like a foreign terrorist organization.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's supposed to provide more accountability, but as you all probably know, it's meant to try and make sure that their downfall can be precipitated by the people in power currently in Germany, because they're the most popular party in Germany right now, and that's why this is happening. So yeah, no, it's a terrible thing. It is a terrible thing, and anybody that supports democracy and then doesn't say anything about this. Well, you know what democracy actually means to them. It means leftist values. It means liberal crap. It means oligarchy by technocratic oligarchy. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything to do with what the word democracy means.
Oh my gosh. More accountability equals more bullshit. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, like, how can you call the AFD an extremist group? Like, isn't the leader, like, a lesbian or something?
She's a lesbian, like, can explain what the goal is.
Yeah.
None of them.
American Nerd for 3. What would happen if Massey ran against Jennings? Massey would get no support.
Oh, I would like that because, like, I'm sorry. After Rand Paul put up that vote on the tariffs, I want these people to be humiliated.
Yeah.
I don't hate libertarians. I actually agree with libertarians on a number of issues. I don't want these people to get the satisfaction. They are working with the opposition. They are working against our agenda. They could have come in line. Like, they're like, hey, I disagree with tariffs, but I can get so much done with all of you guys on everything else. So why don't we do that? No, instead, Rand Paul wastes his time on a stupid like tariff blocking bill that wouldn't do anything positive for the country. Listen, if you don't like tariffs, you have to understand we're in the middle of trade negotiations with the entire fucking world. And you're going to try and fuck that up? You're going to fuck up all of our leverage in the middle of us negotiating? Go fuck yourself. No. Like,
You know,
that
we're
made me
lucky Mitch
so
McConnell
angry.
didn't even. We're lucky Mitch McConnell didn't even vote in that bill.
Yeah, Mr. Connell's like, this is stupid. This is freaking. I'm not gonna vote in this. Screw you. It's like when Mitch McConnell has more brains than Rand Paul does. You know Rand Paul's a dumbass. I'm sorry.
Rand's got to go. I mean, I don't want to say primary him out. I just want him to retire.
He's got to go. He's not Ron Paul. He's not freaking Ron Paul. Ron Paul wouldn't have been that dumb.
He is not. Look, I know Ron Paul disagrees with a lot of what Trump is doing right now, but Rand